All right, spawning. Finally, you guys asked for it. After like an hour of us bantering, spawning in the bottom left corner in those blue Terran pieces, we have Cure.
And his opponent, spawning up in the top right, representing Dragon Phoenix Gaming, it is Dark. In the red. Now, I talked about it earlier. We don't see any proxy racks really from Clem. Very good chance we'll see it at least once.
Yeah.
From Cure. Yeah.
All right, Dark going for that hatch first opener. Pretty stock standard opener for TVZ here for Zerg.
Yeah, and it's interesting that we see Glittering Ashes as the first map pick, as opposed to that kind of leftover last map where they were just, both players didn't want to pick it, but they didn't want to veto it either.
Right.
They were both comfortable playing on it, but it wasn't anyone's pick. I would assume that this one was, actually, you know what? This could have been either of their picks, I think. Both players are going to be very confident in the late game there. Now, it is important to note as well, they're both on the same team.
Yes.
And that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to be intimately knowledgeable about each other. But I think, in general, because not always all teammates practice together, play together. But I think in this scenario, there's a good chance they're going to have some pretty intimate knowledge of each other's play.
But then again, I mean, half the Korean server plays for Dragon Phoenix Gaming, don't they?
Yeah. The two best Zergs in Korea. I would say the best Protoss in Korea. A lot of people say Trap, but personally, I'm a big fan of Zest. I think he's the best. And at this point, you definitely can't put him any lower than top 2.
No,
you can't put him lower than top 2.
Well, I mean, Zest is best, so how can he not be lower than top 1?
Yeah, exactly. Number 1. Yep. We are going to be seeing. So I talked about this in the early game of the previous series. That 6-ling opener coming out from Dark. Just wanted to make sure that he doesn't suffer any damage in that early game. And, a nice grenade right there. Will force that early Spore Crawler morph. And that's already a bit of a win from Cure. That being said, nice maneuvering. Will escape on out. Did get himself in a tiny bit of trouble, but those Reapers are very slippery.
Yep. Reaper will knock the Queen off the creep there. Reaper getting a little damage will allow the Queen to drop the creep tumor right at the edge of the creep instead of a little further back, which will help with that creep spread.
Yeah, and it's gonna be a nice little Ling snipe, but getting that creep tumor down is of course very important. But already Cure, considering that Dark basically by going for that extra Ling, it's as though you're killing one of your own drones almost.
Right.
Now, of course, you have an extra set of Lings around to deal with Hellions later, so you don't have to build it later, but you'd rather build the drones first, so you really, really don't want to take any damage whatsoever. So the Spore Crawler morph and that Ling going down, this is a very small but nice advantage for Cure.
Steadfast, can you calculate how many minerals Dark is going to lose out on by building a extra set of Lings instead of a drone?
Technically, it's an infinite number. Because that drone could theoretically mine out the whole map. So
that's very true.
Let's say 110,000.
Yeah. I think it's 110,003.
Okay.
Yeah. I think it's going to cancel morph once, which is going to get to that odd number. So
yes, of course. We are going to see these Hellions trying to poke on forward. No Ling speed yet for Dark, but Cure not going to want to commit on in there with just 2 Hellions. He will be going for that Hellion Banshee, of course. Very standard opener. Honestly, there's the kill potential of most builds for both races. I mean, there's never really been much kill potential for Zerg, but for Terran, there's not much anymore.
No.
It's Hellbat builds are really the only thing, and they're not as powerful. As I say that, we are going to be seeing Hellbat Banshee, but like I said, I feel like the kill potential of this is pretty low. But if there's no Baneling Nest, it can still be dangerous.
Do you know what a pro player's favorite pastime is?
Making casters look wrong.
Go down straight.
Yep, and they're really good at it. Oh, wow, I'm talking about no kill potential. Both of them going very aggressive. We got a Nidus Worm.
So the Nidus, I'm not too surprised here from Dark. It is something he does like to play with, and something he's quite effective with. Wow, he's getting quite a high queen count too, so he'll be able to get in there, drop a creep tumor. Banshee will come in here, force that queen to the Spore Crawler.
Could have potentially gotten the pick off. There's no Baneling Nest with this, no Roachwarren. This is just going to be Lings, which means that Hellbats are going to deal with this very well. However, they might all be on the other side of the map. Oh, we do see the Nidus Swarm coming up in the main. Will it get spotted?
All right, Lings here going to knock on the front door. No, it's not. It's right. Oh, my God.
That's so painful.
Just as the Hellbat push comes in here. Pulls in for the mass repair. Only Lings, though. Queens have to be on the front line dealing with the Hellbat push. Transfuse is coming down. Hellbats are going to start going down here. There's no Banshee with this push.
Yeah, the Spore Crawler are going to be zoning those out quite effectively. And Cure, he says, I can't get enough down on the other side of the map. He's suffering big damage. Dark going to hit with the most fortunate timing he ever could have. Found the one spot where there was no vision in the main base. And Dark comes in with that killer instinct. My brain completely fried right there. I read in the chat Ragnarok, and I was like,
it's not Ragnarok.
Yeah, no, it's not. Where'd my brain go? It just disappeared. It's gone. And I'm so used to being able to read the name placard if I ever do that.
Yeah. For those of you wondering, it is right now 5:47 a.m. here in Vancouver. We've been up since 2 a.m. getting ready for this. So it's a bit of an early day for us.
Yes, you could say that. That is most definitely the case. It is an early day, but wouldn't have it any other way. Reminder that after these matches, there will be a show match.
Yep.
Sponsored by the Red Cross, and well, it's going to be a pretty neat show match where basically you can donate directly to the Red Cross through the Matcherino. 100% of proceeds will be going to them, and it is going to be a very neat concept because they are going to be for every $5 that you donate to a player, you can punch in the player's name. They will get an additional 100 minerals.
So you could technically go there, punch in $25, and the special Astrea could start with an extra 500 minerals. That is a Nexus expand right. That's a 12 probe Nexus expand right there.
In theory, you could make it so that both players could double expand before the game starts.
Yes.
Or like as the game, like you literally send 2 workers out as Terran, and I guess even 2 probes. Actually, yeah, for the lost mining time, you may as well just get them both going at once.
The thing I am kind of now, we do have a little bit of a Ling Bane dance or Ling Reaper dance going on here, which it's pretty normal. So I'll continue talking about the show match. The thing that scares me about this is it might actually give Activision Blizzard King ideas. Like, can you imagine, like, in the middle of a game, you're able to, click buy more minerals?
Yeah, you don't want to give them too many ideas. So we're gonna make sure that it's not too crazy. Of course, it is just a friendly show match. The purpose at the end of the day is to make sure that we're raising money for the Red Cross. So we're having fun with it. It's not. The players will still be competing for a little something, but it's not too crazy.
I think he killed off that creep tumor.
Oh,
did he?
No. He delayed it, but delaying it is kind of a bit of a win too. Even 5 seconds later on creep, that could be the difference between Queens getting to a push a little bit earlier, preventing it from becoming a problem. Oh, very early Roachwarren. Dark, of course, is a big fan of those Roachy boys. We're going to see an attempted Hellion run by this time. Dark going to try and shut it down. He will be able to get on top of one of these Hellions. Nice splits from Dark, only losing 2 drones so far. We'll have the Roachwarren getting scouted, but it also kind of acts as a blocker right there. And this Roachwarren being scouted kind of works in Dark's favor a little bit. Does he have Ling speed? No, I think he canceled it. Oh,
Two more Hellions jumping in here. They're going to get cleaned up too. Workers arrest here. Citizens arrest. They do get cleaned. Only 3 workers for 4 Hellions and a Reaper. It's not looking good, Con.
No, this is expensive. And the really unfortunate thing for Cure is that if he had stockpiled Hellions to go with 4, he could have gotten a lot of damage done because there's no Ling speed. Now, whenever you see no Ling speed and you see no Lings on the map, you just want to dive right away. And I don't blame him for that.
Absolutely.
but it does end up kind of costing him a lot of potential damage. And Dark, he is going to go for 4 roaches right here. I don't think he's going to go for too much more than this. Just going to try and kind of force exactly this, a bunker out. And if there was no Banshee, if there was, nothing on the map, Dark could get a lot done. Even with just a small number, but he's not going to commit.
No. One Banshee is already out. Second Banshee is, I believe, just did pop. That Banshee came in, took a little bit of damage, doesn't get much done. I don't think he got any kills on it. And it'll just kind of snake around and get on out. Probably will be heading back home. We'll get 1 kill there.
And with no Overseer, I do like when Zerg players kind of build that Spore Crawler between the bases. We didn't see it here. He's going to be able to get away with this. Oh, this is very cool. Oh my god, I love this so much out of Dark. So Dark is playing to his reputation right here as a Roachy boy. He throws down the Spire. And this is the kind of thing that you would never expect going up against Dark in this scenario. You would absolutely be sure that he is going 1-1 Roaches.
Yeah, so Spire coming up about halfway. Even the Evo Chamber's finishing up there. Well, he is getting Roach Meat, so we are going to see some Roachy boys coming on out. But he will be... I've seen this. He uses the Mutas, the Mutmuts, to distract the Zerg player or Terran player while the Roaches come in for a massive attack. And also used to take out tanks and other fun stuff like that that are generally bad for the health of Roaches.
Yeah, and even if it's just 6, 7, 8 mutas, you could potentially get a lot of damage done with just that sudden first shock, and then you try and overwhelm your opponent with that mass 1-1 roach style. Now, normally you don't see the upgrades this early with this style for those roaches, so this is going to hit very, very hard. This is kind of a railgun style.
Yep.
Yeah, he is the player that I think of the most when I look at this.
So we have 8 Mutmuts coming on out. I don't see any turret on the other side of the map.
No, and you would never expect to. You would never think to. And I really, really love this play. Nice snipe on some creep tumors here on those Mutmuts. Oh, Dark says here, let me help.
It's a sacrifice to the Zerg gods.
Yes, yeah.
The creep tumor. All right, Mudbutts are... I don't think they've been detected yet. He is taking the long way around.
Oh, no, he does have missile turrets on the way. So he scouted these somehow. How did he scout these? Or wait, are those turrets at the front for, like, in case of Burrow move?
I think it might be for Burrow. Unless the Banshee saw them coming on out?
Maybe. So these might be relegated to just trying to snipe...
Oh, it's in the main base.
Yeah, nice job. These are going to be... Wow, they will snipe 3 gas SCVs, but this could have been... Look at how long those Marines took. If that missile turret was not up, that's probably 10, maybe 15 dead SCVs.
The mineral line right there, gone.
That's most of a mineral line gone. So, however Cure scouted that, very crucial that he did. And now a Baneling Nest. Dark is really playing a tricky style of Zerg.
You ever heard of the Madman theory? Where you just act crazy and irrational and your opponents just don't know what to do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's what Dark's doing here.
Just screaming into the void.
Yeah.
Now, for me, I don't act like I don't know what I'm doing. I just don't know what I'm doing. So, it kind of is not as good. Nice little find right there. We see the Terran player getting a little bit greedy right there with the lack of a turret in the natural expansion, kind of following the Zerg mantra. Does pick off 3 of these mutas, but of course, Dark is kind of looking to trade them out anyways.
Yeah, he's looking to trade them out, is building up that Roach Ravager count, sending these Overlords out to middle of nowhere, potentially.
Yeah, just a funny little rally.
He's also getting the melee upgrades for those Banelings. I assume that Infestation Pit is for Swarm Hosts, because why not at this point?
Before Twitch chat freaks out, he is quite obviously joking. It is definitely for a hype. He knows that. Before everyone's like, oh my god, he doesn't know what he's talking about. Why would he say that?
Well, no, how else are you going to make that one accidental over Swarm Host?
Oh god,
the one
yeah.
sad...
I hate that Swarm Host so much. That Tony the Swarm Host is such a jerk. He's just a dick. He just shows up in my army, ruins my hotkeys. He's just trundling along like I wanted him there all along. Nobody wanted him.
You're trying to hit Burrow. The thing's shooting off his Locust instead. It's like, and then your army just disappears.
We are going to be seeing this 1-2 upgrade setup, as well as Ling speed, Bane speed, a whole lot of upgrades finishing up for Dark. Cure looking to get a little bit aggressive. So it's tricky to build the right composition as Cure against this. He's built a lot of tanks, and it doesn't have any Widow Mines, doesn't have Drilling Claws, doesn't have anything to really deal with the heavy Baneling composition. Now, of course, there are some Marauders in this composition, which is going to help deal with that very well. Dark continue to be a nuisance with these meters. Really good job.
+1 melee has finished up. +2 Carapace finishing up here. Just as +2 infantry upgrade finishing up as well. I assume we're going to see them itching for a fight. Ling Crackling Speed starting up as well behind all this. Choosing to go for the +2 melee instead of the ranged upgrade there for Dark.
We are... Oh, okay. He baited me there. I was like, we're going to see an engagement. But, counterattack coming in. Nice split on the SCVs, but there's nothing to stop the Lings from following up and killing a lot of those workers. This is really nice damage, and it is important to note, Cure was only on 66 workers, so losing 16 SCVs, that knocks him down to just 50, but now we see an attempt to engage. Really nice concave here from Cure. Dark not going to be able to take that engagement off of Creep.
Is able to take down one tank, but the backbone of that push is the 2 tanks in the back. Those do survive. These guys cannot engage into those tanks. They will rickety wreck those Roach Ravager. Looks like Dark is trying to come in yet again. Will come in, get into the backline. 1 tank going down, 2nd tank still alive. Tank finally goes down. Another 2 tanks in the background here. Another 3 tanks. Tanks are getting cleaned up. Dark just overwhelming Cure here.
Yeah, I thought that was going to go way better for Cure than it did, but Dark just had so much Zerg, and now he is pushing forward with this Ravager Roach Bane. Honestly, mostly Ravager Bane. Grosabao is going to zone this out. Here come the Banshees. That are still alive from the early game. Going to get a couple of exit kills. Oh, the Kobe almost gets that kill, but not quite enough damage there. Nice kind of leading Bile. But all told, it's hard to say who comes out ahead. I think Dark, because of the SCVs he killed earlier.
And the 5 tanks, kind of resetting that tank count. The tanks are vital to holding back this Roach Ravager army. Yeah, +3 starting up for both players, +3 Carapace and +2 melee about to finish up here for Dark. Yeah. And he's getting that Burrow as well.
Yes, we have seen Burrow not use to great effect. Oh, with that +2 Carapace, by the way, drones no longer get 2-shotted by Banshees. So, yeah, not the most relevant, but we do see it kind of coming up there, which is always a funny little interaction when it does come up. We are seeing a ton of Lings. Dark is the player that I think of when I think of, like, just hundreds of Lings on a rebuild. You know, he is the player that I think of that has just way more Lings than any other player sometimes.
Absolutely, absolutely. This base here will get denied. The Marauders will take out that drone. Looks like Cure is looking for another quick push in, but there is quite a bit of Zerg here. Dark is maxed out. Cure not quite. Looks like Dark is going to try to catch this little group here off. And what's that thing? Parasitic Bomb going off on the Medivacs.
Yeah, just looking for the pickoffs. Of course, it's not quite enough to kill off a full health medevac, but it does get it very low. That one on the left will go down. Corrosive Bile going to try and take down the medevac as well. I think it probably did pick it off. Meanwhile, on the bottom right side, we do see this push coming on in, but Dark is going to try and keep the base alive. He will keep it alive with very low HP. Going to be wrapping around with a ton of Lings, flanking with the Banes as well, and Cure's army is going to get wiped off the map just before +3 armor finished. So a very nice timing for Dark to take that fight.
All right, Dark just continue to stay back on his side of the map, not really pushing in over on to Cure side. Kind of like game 2 of Solar and Clem there. Not really engaging too much, just playing good defense.
Yeah, it's most of the time Zerg is the race that wants to be absorbing those attacks. It is very interesting that between Solar and Clem we saw such a standard series, but between Dark and Cure we've seen a very, very, very non-standard series, and it goes to show a lot of mind games coming into it. We are going to be seeing the little bit of a move forward here. Ooh, not quite enough Corrosive Vials to take down that tank. Does end up being a bit of a bloody nose for Dark. He will I think he does still want to try and end this game right now, and especially with those ultras coming on in, he's going to really try and overwhelm his opponent before the ghost count becomes a big problem.
Ghost Academy just starting out, about halfway done now. The Ultra Den has finished up. No upgrades starting up in there just yet. +3 melee for Zerg, about to finish up all as well. +2 range, about a quarter of the way in here.
Yeah, I wonder if that's for a transition into lurkers. Hold the phone, though. We are going to be seeing a big wraparound of Ling Bane. Going to be finding a couple of tanks, but I don't know if you want to attack into this position, especially with those rocks still up. Does get some nice corrosive biles. He's been doing a great job of utilizing those Ravagers and continuing to hold value with them. But now we're going to see Cure finishing off that base from earlier with a triple drop, a kind of marauding force of Marines and Marauders. We'll get into a nice choke against this Ling very large Ling force, and that's going to be a bit of a meat grinder for those Zerglings, fighting just before the +3 melee.
Another Parasitic Bomb coming off on those Medivacs. We do have 5 Ultras and 4 Corruptors coming on out here.
I do like the Corruptors in this situation. Now, it does kind of... Oh, nice Baneling snipes right there from Kjær. It does kind of mean that you really want to end the game before that ghost count gets out of hand. Now,
Right.
You're kind of sort of committing to it with those ultras, but you're really committing to it by adding on those corruptors as well. So if the ghost count gets, maybe up to 10, I think Dark's timing window kind of closes. So he's got to hit very soon, and he's got to hit very hard.
All right, getting that the Ultra Speed upgrade here, +3 tank upgrade coming up as well for Cure. +1 air attacks. So those Corruptors will be able to hit a little harder, especially on the Medivacs.
Yes.
And counter the Liberators before they even get out.
Oh, nice Corrosive Biles taking out a Medivac and a tank. Nice Blinding Cloud as well, shutting down 2 of those tanks in addition. Now still, that wasn't the best engagement from Dark because he attacks up a ramp. But those Corrosive Biles make it more worthwhile than it probably should have been.
All right, I don't see chitinous plating on the upgrades, which is interesting.
Oh, that's a huge oversight. Anabolic Synthesis not as good of an upgrade. We still are going to see the Ling Ravager Ultra flooding in over this force, and that is what Dark was looking for. He's going to try and snowball that engagement win into a snipe on that base, but you see, as soon as he sees the ghost, he turns around and hightails it out there. And I think he's going to want to wait for that chitinous plating most likely. We are going to be seeing this drop getting kind of shoot away from the main base. Base, once again, Dark keeping it alive with very, very low HP on that right side. So a good job from Dark. But this is a very cool, very different series from the first series of the day, and I like it.
All right, chitinous plating about to finish up here. That 1 Ultra still relatively low. This army is also quite Marauder heavy. That base does go down here. And Cure just going to jump in and get on out.
Yeah,
big start coming in here. Going to try to get on that Planetary Fortress. Planetary Fortress is doing a decent job tanking. Banelings come crashing in. Banelings do take care of that. Workers now taking a Baneling shot to the face. 29 workers going down there. Looks like this base here will not go down.
Yeah, Dark trying to hit from multiple angles right there. Does find the 5th base, which is very, very important for keeping that ghost count from getting out of hand. But he lost his own base on the right side for that. He lost a lot of ultras. He threw away all of his bank. That was kind of Dark shooting his shot. Wasn't enough to knock Cure out of the game. It is going to be very close, very difficult to call. He killed 32 SCVs, but Cure did not break. He did not die. And Dark's economy is not 90 drones, not 100 drones. It's 71 workers. And like I said, he lost that base. So I don't know. He may have kind of thrown away a little bit too much.
But if there is one Zerg player that is able to make miracles out of like 5 drones, it is Dark. We've seen him win miraculously with a very low econ. He does play really well in that scrappy. He is an agent of chaos. He plays really well in those chaotic games.
That is the perfect way to describe him, the agent of chaos. For a long time, of course, he was the villain, the foreigner killer, but I think agent of chaos is probably the best ongoing name for him. I think nothing really compares to that. Now, here we see that he did have another command center ready to go for that base, and he instantly put it in there, even getting now a 6th base ready to go. And as Hardwire kind of settles into this sort of split map scenario, it's not as easy to split as some maps, but it is going to be very problematic for Dark as that ghost count really gets higher. And we're not seeing like a transition into lurkers. He has the upgrades ready to go. He's getting into that +3 missile, so he can go into those lurkers. Oh, Thors.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going to Thors, getting a 3rd factory behind this as well. I'm almost wondering if he's anticipating Broodlords.
I think he might be. But even against the Ultras,
Yep.
Thors are going to be... They're going to be good. The thing is, the Ghosts are so good against it anyways. I feel like you're right. I feel like it has to be for those Broodlords. Now, this is going to be a big break attempt on this base, and he will absolutely kill it off. Will go down. How much does it cost him? I think he should be disengaging Dark, that is. Going to take one more tank down, and will get on out of there. Oh, the Ghosts. Oh, how many of them just went down to those Banelings? I'm very curious on the top side, but we do see the deflection of the attack on the right side. Dark, I really don't like that he's not transitioning out of this this Ultra Ling Corruptor style, Ling Bane Corruptor.
Yeah.
I'd like to see those Lurkers is what I'm saying, I think.
Yes. Lurker, even I wouldn't mind the Broodlords, to be honest.
Yeah. In the context, it's so tough because Ghosts are so good against Broodlords as well. On this map, though, Broodlords are quite good, and he's already got so many Corruptors.
Yep.
You got to do something with them. You got to get value with them somehow.
All right, both players are kind of readjusting. Both Dark getting to that maxed out army yet again. Cure just shy of it. Getting all the good upgrades, including the Planetary Fortress upgrade, which you don't see too often. Neosteel. Is it Neosteel? Yeah, Neosteel.
Yeah,
it used to be called Neosteel.
It used to be Neosteel Bunker. Now is it just building armor, or is it like Neosteel frame, Neosteel building armor or something?
Something like that.
I know the one is high-sec auto-tracking, which
Yep.
of course gives the missile turrets and planetary fortresses 1 extra range.
And the Raven turret.
Oh, yes. Yeah, very, very crucial.
Can't forget that.
No.
All right, push here will get repelled by the Zerg. That's a lot of ghosts out there.
It is a ton of ghosts.
Greater Spire about 3/4 of the way there, so we are probably going to see some Broodlords coming on in here. Still waiting for those Infestors.
Yeah.
Not, Infestors, he does have the Infestor upgrades. Also waiting for those Storm Hosts. 1 point. He's going to build one of every unit, it's my guess.
Yeah, and he is starting to go into the transition of the Lurkers as well. Oh, we will see a big wraparound on these units. No hot pickup, so that will be a nice little find right there for Dark. Cure kind of not paying attention to the force on the left side, and will lose that. Man, so many Thors. What, like... It is going to be the right call now for this eventual Broodlord transition, and he does have +3 weapons on them and +1 armor, soon to be +2.
He's transitioning into mech. It's Thor tank here he's going into.
Yeah, he
He's
is.
not building anything else, getting that +2 vehicle armor upgrade. I believe he already has +3. Yeah, he does have +3 vehicle attack.
Yeah. This is kind of Brood War-esque with the late game mech transition.
Yeah.
I don't know that I've ever seen a heavy transition into mech in the late game like this before. Mech is still a very powerful, very cost-efficient composition. Part of the reason we don't see it at all at the pro level, or barely at all, is surviving that dangerous stage before you're up to like 150 supply and trying to, not die at that point. But when you're already maxed out, you can head up into that, and honestly, this is a pretty good map for, a mech-type play. That being said, the 2 contested bases in the middle, both of them are now currently in the possession of Dark.
Yep. Now, the big also issue with going mech here is one good engagement by the Zerg. It's going to take a long time for the Terran to re-max out. Well, one Thor going down there, another Thor going down there. Ghost going to get jumped on. Ghosts do survive. That Ultra does get sniped to hell, but that base does go down here.
Yeah, and okay, he is going to add on some bio units here once again. I was going to say, it looks like he almost remaxes on pure mech right there. 114 Zerglings going down. We do see that went really, really well for Dark. He was able to trade quite efficiently for this stage of the game with a relatively difficult to be efficient composition. knocked a lot of his opponent's supply down, knocked out a base. This is a problem for Kira, actually.
Yeah, and again, this is the issue with mech is like it takes a long time to remax, build your army back up. It is essentially a one and done, which is one of the reasons we don't see mech much. Lurkers are starting to cut out. I believe the first lurkers are out. The lurker range upgrade about to finish up here. I believe the lurker burrow upgrade is done. Groove spine upgrade for the Hydra is coming up as well.
I think that might be the first upgrade here. Oh man, Kira, he is going to lose a couple of these units, but once again, Dark going to find another base, and he's doing a good job of keeping Kira from getting out ahead. Oh, I really don't like that Baneling move at the top. He just threw away like 25 Banes for 2 tanks. That is a very expensive loss, and now we're going to see Kira coming in on the right side. We'll be able to get a little bit of counter damage done. He really needs to kill this hatch, and he will get it.
The hatch does go down here. We'll pick up and get on out of there. Cure's bank is pretty much nil, except for his gas. Terran don't have much gas-heavy units they could really spend that on. Dark, on the other hand, does have a healthy bank here. Snipes coming down. A lot of those Corruptors, I think all those Corruptors went down there, did they not?
Yeah, every single one of them. 11 ghosts on the field. This is a problem, though, for Cure. Cure's only on 31 SCVs. He has lost a lot, and he has not rebuilt them. We are going to see a lot of tanks getting taken out right there by Banelings, and Dark, he still has a bit of a bank. He's going to try and flood on in. I think Cure might just get overwhelmed right here. This base is low on minerals, but it is still being denied, and Cure needs every mineral he can get. Dark is looking very, very good right here. 29 SCVs remaining. That is such a crap economy right here for Cure.
So every time Cure does lose SCVs, he's not just losing SCVs, he's also losing bases.
Yep.
So he doesn't have the ability to mass meal drop. Lynx come wrap around here. Lurker going to jump on top of this. That Thor going to go down. That tank going to go down as well. Now rest of the army showing up here. Going to clean. Ooh, a little bit of a lag there. Going to clean rest of this up.
Oh, Dark appearing to go into the Matrix right there on his player cam. And but it is not going to stop him from pushing forward and getting a lot of damage done, and now adding on 6 Infestors. Yeah, wow, Dark. He has morphed into what appears to be a changeling. So really becoming the purest form of the Swarm.
Dark has merged with the game. He is now the game. If you see a sudden spike in income for Dark, it is him hacking internally.
He has hacked the
He
Matrix.
has transcended.
And, oh, there we go. He is back to his human form. But using that opportunity to get something done. Is it just me, or does that Infestor look way fatter than normal? Oh, man, Dark coming in with a counterattack. Finds another base once again. More and more workers going down. And now a couple of Lings are going to get in on top of the production. Cure, he is under siege, and he is on the ropes.
Yeah, this base here is no longer mining. This is one of the last bases for Cure that is mining. He does need to keep that base going. That base also is almost mined out. The base directly south to it, I believe, is the last one for him. Lings did get into the main base. Here we go. Ultra's coming in, forcing a liftoff. Cure's mining has dropped. Look at that. It's like, I think really mining with 3-4 SCVs at this point.
Yeah, he's barely got anything going for him. 12 SCVs are all that remain. We do see a couple of Ultras getting sniped right there, but does it really matter? I don't think so. We have got nothing. Cure is below 100 supply. His supply has plummeted. It is all in army. He's not going to be able to rebuild his army. He's building 1 Marine right now and 3 SCVs. That is the economic state he is in. And we've got Neuroparasite.
We have the other huge thing here is both players have depleted their mineral bank.
Yes, yeah, Dark, he is not in the greatest economic situation either, but we're not talking about a Cure who is on 50 SCVs and 7 bases, you know?
It's
and maxed out.
15 SCVs on 2 bases, maybe 1.5 base.
Yeah, he's not. He is dead to rights basically. This is we just saw a Neuroparasite somewhere, but looks like it wasn't able to get too much done. The Thick Boy Infestor going to step forward with a fungal growth. Thor's not going to help much at all, and this is going to be Dark coming in. Does Neural the tanks on the high ground. Neural's the medevacs to heal his own units, and that is going to be all she wrote there. Cure supply dropping below 60. We might see... Oh, the tank! Well, we will see Cure hanging on for a little bit, and hold the phone. Dark's very broke. He is very, very broke.
But he has ghosts.
Way.
He has ghosts.
What? Yeah, there's no way Cure actually, like...
A nuke and a dream.
A nuke in a dream.
Yeah, no, I think we're going to see a GG coming in here pretty soon. This base again forced to lift off after fresh mules were brought down to add it.
I love the burrows in multiple locations because you know the orbital command energy is very, very prized right now for Cure. So burrowing Lings at each base, burrowing Lings around, forcing scans is a win for Dark right here. That being said, like, his economy, I'm actually very concerned about Dark's economy. I look at these supplies and I say the game is 100% over, but I look at the, like, each engagement, each situation we're seeing, it doesn't feel as over as it looks.
No. Dark, like, he does have a smaller army supply, but he has a very...
Sad mule. Sorry, go on.
He does have a very sophisticated army here still. Like, he has...
Oh
my God!
That's what I was looking for right there. Oh, that's a game-winning move right there because now this Ghost will not have any snipe or cloak energy. Nope. They are going to get run over here. Beautiful Neural Parasite into EMP on all the Ghosts, and that is going to be the final nail in the coffin. Dark is going to force Cure away from this base once again. Cure doesn't want to leave. He doesn't want to get knocked down to that lower bracket, but he will be forced there nonetheless.
GG gets called. Dark, moving on, going to play Clem in the next round.